benefits do you think from using games, educational games in the class?
Preparing for remember it.
Exactly, yes. Anything else? Alright, so the first thing that I'll tell you may surprise you. Classroom management. Now a lot of teachers think, now you want me to play games in my class? I can't even control my kids' behavior as they are. Now you want me to bring in fun and get them all excited. So when you're playing games, if you put your students into groups and you give them points, students are so competitive that they will do anything if they think that you're going to take away points. So the one thing I want to say is if you use points and really use them, but be very, very consistent about removing points if students misbehave. So usually I will just go and stand at the board, there'll be all of their different points, I'll look at the group that's misbehaving and I'll take away a point. I'll look at them a little bit longer, if they don't stop, I'll take away another point. I've never had to take away more than 2 points. The other side of classroom management is also with using games as a reward. So I always say it's really, really good for a few different reasons, but always good to end off your lesson with a game. Because you can always use that as, if you guys don't start behaving right now, we're not going to be having our game later. And I promise you, your students will be on form and doing exactly what they should. The next thing is that it improves academic achievement. Because students know, it's kind of a little bit of reverse psychology. Students know that if they don't know the work, they're not going to be able to play the games and they're not going to be able to get points. The other side of it is when students are engaged and they're enjoying the process of learning, they tend to retain a lot more information than if a teacher just stands in front and tells them what to do. Games promote collaboration and teamwork. So especially if you work with groups, and I would suggest that you work with groups, they work better that way. They often have to work together to be able to solve a problem or find a solution. So it really helps the students to become more social. Now in this day and age where everyone's just sitting on their phones, they need to actually interact and connect with each other. Student and teacher relationships. So it really makes you more approachable, students feel more comfortable talking to you or coming to you with their problems, and it really just helps to develop that student and teacher relationship. Of course, students are much more engaged compared to a teacher just standing talking with them running around and having fun. They're engaged, they're participating as well. So you often have a lot of children who they're shy or they just don't want to actually do anything. When you play games, those children are often much more inclined to participate and engage with the work as well. Also, we have so many, with cell phones and social media these days, students are always on their phones. They don't get the opportunity for exercise that they used to get. So getting them to run around in the class, out of their desks, it gives them a little bit more exercise that they wouldn't otherwise have been having. I'm sure you've all had it that you have those students that come into the class, it's generally the same ones. They are energetic and it takes a long time to get them to calm down and just relax. So if you play a game, a running around game, in the beginning of the lesson, you can use up that energy, get that energy out so that they can actually sit down and relax and be engaged in the schoolwork. And then on the other side, we often have those students that are sleepy. We all know students have sometimes difficult home lives, maybe they're not getting enough sleep, they come and it's difficult for them to wake up. If you play a game in the beginning, it helps them to kind of wake up, get into the class and get engaged and be wide awake so that they can really get the benefit from the class. And lastly, it creates a positive learning environment, a place where students are actually happy to come and happy to learn. And unfortunately, that is not the reality for a whole lot of students. For some students, school is a safe place and they're just happy to be here. For other students, they don't want to be at school, they'd rather be anywhere but. So if you can create an engaging and a fun atmosphere where the students enjoy being, that's brilliant for all of your students. All right, so we're going to play a couple of games now. Good job. All right, UFOs. Rose, your first question. What currency do they use in Mexico? What currency do they use in Mexico? You can Google if you need to.
Is it not dollar?
It's not dollar,
It's
no.
not the dollar.
You repeated it.
Because it's not the dollar.
It's not the dollar.
That's
They
not
like the
dollar.
dollar, but it's not the
That's
dollar.
Yen is.
That's
Sa Ponti.
As in Mexican.
Pesto, good. All right, who's gonna go first? UFO. Good job. Any block? Not the same. Awesome, with the alien. All right, good job.
Jai Squai.
Alright, battleships. Next question. In what country will you find the killing fields? In what country? It's not Rome. In what country will you find the killing fields? Not Europe.
Germany.
Not Europe. Not
Germany.
Not Sydney, not Australia.
Rome.
Not Rome.
Oh.
I'll give you
A clue.
It's in Asia.
Oh.
Not the Philippines.
The killing field. Ik heb nog
China.
I thought it's a Rome.
What did you say? Texas. Not Texas. Okay, I'll give you another clue. It is a country in Asia that starts with a C. It's not China.
Canada.
Asia. Huh?
Colombia.
That's in South America. Is Google not helping you guys? Open book. Have a look. Killing fields, it will tell you.
Okay, to.
What is the name?
Yo, may yun Google.
But then you can't get the answer right. Because it's an open book test. Alright, so you should Google if you don't know the answer.
Let it out.
Zullen ze er nog een fight battle shield kan gaan tekenen?
The killing fields. In which country is the killing fields? There we go! Come enjoy yourself a battleship. They do this as well in the classroom.
Maar je weet niet wat die gamers doen.
Ik kan zien wat I see. Do you see what I see?
This part that we've just done is the part that's a little bit tedious for your students, having to look through and find all the answers, but this is what makes it all worthwhile for them, and this is where they really, really put in the work. If you've played this game with them once, they'll see it coming and they'll put all of their effort in. Now, this ball, I've had it for about 6 years. It used to be sticky once upon a time. It's not that sticky anymore. But what I want you guys to do, listen carefully. You're going to stand against the table here. Battleships, you're going to try and get off the UFOs. So you've got to hit the UFO. UFOs, you need to try and get the battleships off. The first team to get all of their opponents' mode of transport off are the winner. Alright, so who would like to go
First. The simple mathematics. Je moet eerst gaan eerst klaar wees.
Not always. Alright, now guys, when you're playing games in your classroom, there is one game that sorts out any of these kind of arguments, alright? And that game is rock, paper, scissors. Now students always abide by the whatever rock, paper, scissors decides.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors. Alright, okay. So you Alright, so you're going for UFOs. Good job. Very good.
In the middle.
So one UFO left, two battleships. Oh, and it's stuck. It's stuck. So now you got like so weird. Extra point for you because you got the ball to stick. Alright, Alright, one more UFO.
Smart.
Well done, good job. Alright, now the next game we're going to play. Alright, I want everybody to please stand up and stand in two lines.
Ja.
Jullie gaan
Die camera. Ik watch vir julle. Kom het ek sien. Staan die kant.
Alright, now two people.
Staan die kant as het gelijk.
Just do it for one to one. Alright.
Die kant.
Come stand in front of the board. I'm going to give you a marker and you a marker. Alright, so stand closer. What we're going to do, how's this number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Can someone from your team just join this team for this game? Alright, now the two people at the back. Come here, come closer. Make a little bit more of a gap between the two. Okay, perfect. Now, this I'm going to whisper a math equation to these two ladies who are going to whisper, whisper, whisper. When you get it, write the equation on the board. It's an easy one. And then the answer. Okay.
Can we do it in Afrikaans?
Ja, ek het dit wonder reg oor gedaan. Maar dan ben jy as dit dan buite kom as dit 'n hele ander ding is. Dit is altyd 'n ander storie.
Alright, everyone, are you ready? Go, 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 go! Okay. Alright, and again we have the battleships that are the winners! Those are just 3 games that some we know about, some we don't. Maybe just heard about the battleships and the UFOs today. But it's really about incorporating games that you all know and creating an educational bent.
So you can give them smaller numbers.
Absolutely, you adapt it to the ability of the student. So
Okay.
everything you do within their ability. So for their academic ability, but also their physical
Okay.
ability. So if they're little ones, you would let them go really close, you know. So you would just adapt the games to suit the needs of your class
Okay.
and the needs of your students. All right. So what I want to do now is I want to put you into 3 groups of 3. I'm going to give you a game. And you're going to think together and find a way to put it into an academic perspective, how to use it in your classes. Alright, so I think you 3 are together there over there. So we put you 3 together and you 3 together. Hide and seek. Alright, you guys have hide and seek. Musical chairs. Alright, you guys have musical chairs. Charades. You guys have charades. Alright, so now you're going to come, somebody from your team is going to come and explain the game, and we're going to play the game together. We're going to see if it works.
Okay.
Alright, so now you guys are going to get back into your teacher roles.
It's over.
Okay, so 4 students. Okay, do you want to pick your 4 students?
Haha, I can kies.
You're the teacher.
Kom.
Hey, I'm down. 3 more to go.
You laat me kom. Kom. Ons gaan ons speletjie, ons moet musical chairs doen, maar ons gaan werk op auditiewe diskriminasie met beginklanke. Ek gaan vir jou die klank gee en as jy die hoor as ek die beginklank sê, moet jy gaan sit. My beginklank is 'n kat, hond,
Jy moet loop.
Maar
Presies woord.
hok
Wat is die letters?
en muis, slang. Dis ek voel al vir 2 rondes.
Alright, good game, guys.
Yeah,
Well done.
that's quite.
Now, when I play musical chairs with my students, I always have one rule.
Dat is een goede eer.
That students must put their hands behind their backs because they're always trying to push each other out of the way. So that's the rule.
Ek het hy move gesien. Lyk as die kameras in die klas.
Alright, good job, guys. Choose one of the other teams to go next.
Die een wat ons aan kry was hide and seek. Toe sê ons sal hom bring na Afrikaans. Vir die trap ek sê dan. Wat gelyking. Maar dan incorporate ons ook vir warm en koud. Warm en koud is ons speel wat ons speel. Warm as dit reg is, koud as dit nie reg is nie. Dan as hulle op die regte pad is, as dit warm. Dan as hulle nog verkeerde pad is, ys koud. Totdat hulle die woorde kry. Dan moet hulle dan die regte volgorde sit. As dit in die regte volgorde is, dan kry hulle nie 'n punt.
Ja, dit is hoor.
Ijskoud.
Dat is Adam.
Good job, guys. Well done. My experience as a teacher is teaching English to non-native students. So how I would usually play that game is I would get one student to the front. We work a lot with flashcards. I get one student to the front, close their eyes, usually stand in front of them because they will always look. And then I will hide it or I'll get a student to hide it and everybody else sees where they hide it. So very similar thing like you did, hotter and colder, we would repeat the target language. So if the word that has been hidden away, the flashcard is cat, if the students walk far away, cat. And as they go closer, the students shout louder and louder until cat when they're right on top of it. So that's the way I play that game. Good job, well done, good game guys. And number 3's game.
Nee, dis is 'n pitbull. Letter vir jou pa. So jy gaan nou kyk hier na julle. Raai wat woord dit is.
Wat is dit?
Vis.
Swem. Vis swem, vis visvang. Nee.
Hoe is lettergrepe?
Die man vang vis.
Visserman.
Maar met jou nie letterlik greep op klap nie.
Visserman. 3.
Well done, guys. So you really took it and you ran with it. You've all got an idea now of how to just take everyday games, whatever kind of games that you would play at birthday parties. Drinking games actually work really well as well, but I didn't say that. So any game I found inspiration on the nanny, the British nanny. She often has a lot of different games. There was one thing, whose line is it anyway? I don't know if you've seen that, I've used that. So anywhere you find games, think about how you can incorporate it. But to make your lives a little bit easier, I have also created some manuals for you guys. And very kindly printed out. So in this, I've basically got a whole lot of different games, A to Z. I also have choosing techniques. So if you want to choose who goes into which group, guys, please don't do that choosing where you get one student to choose the other kids, because there's always somebody who ends up feeling bad.
Yes.
So there are a lot of choosing techniques. What else? Oh, there are also review games that I've got separately to the other games, and also for events. So if you have like a Christmas event or a Halloween event, Mother's Day, Father's Day, there are ideas for that as well.
Okay.
So yeah, please use them in your lessons, make your lessons fun, and if you want to give them also the soft copy, you're welcome to share it with other teachers you know as well. So the more teachers that can incorporate it, the better it is for the students and the teachers. So yeah, guys, have a manual, extra one extra.
Thank you.
So guys, before we end, sorry, does anybody have any questions?
Wat
Is
is
dat
die
die
grond by
That's for you to decide for your class.
Yeah.
I think the teacher's going to be wanting to play more than the students.
It was really good.
That's what a competition.
Alright, so guys, I hope that you have hours of fun learning and that your students enjoy it, that you get to connect more with your students, and then obviously help them to learn better through the games as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.